Alright, so first and foremost, if you live in any town that's called like Murderville or Bloody Body Village, or like the movie in here, Shady Side Town, move! Pack your bags up like the kids from it and move! Nothing good ever happens from these towns, and I don't know why would you want to live here? Explain that to me. Can't comprehend it. Fear Street, part 1. Let's get into the review. Alright, so part 1, I'm not gonna lie, Netflix, come take a seat. I kinda like where we're going with this. It's not a rated R horror film slash film, it's still got like bloody elements, murdering. I don't know what makes the difference between a PG-13 slaughter movie and like a rated R slaughter movie. There's blood, there's gore, there's cursing, there's language, sex scenes-ish? I don't know what makes a difference. It's got all that in this movie though, pretty good movie. For part 1, I like how this is going. It gives me the good old Goosebumps RL sign, like from a kid when it's Halloween time. You're like, yo, I can't wait for like Goosebumps to come on TV and you hear that little theme from like, dun, 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 dun. That may have been more like Code Lyoko, but you get the idea. Yeah, so part 1, 2, and 3 is directed by, or not directed by, it's by the best-selling novel by R.L. Stine, the guy who makes all the Goosebumps movies. So when you watch it, you definitely get a little Goosebumps vibes, which I love. It brought back like happy childhood memories. I love the show Goosebumps, and watching this movie kind of brought it back. But was the movie good? It wasn't the worst things Netflix pushed out. So let's break it down. Characters, a group of like misfit kids. You get the Shady Side people, and then it may have been like Sunnyvale, the other part of the town. Poor, Shady Side, like dumpable family, rich, high-end people, you know, the pogues and the non-pogues, stuff like that. Same thing you get in like tons of movies and stuff like that. They come together because all of a sudden, a few years ago, one guy decided to dress up in a Halloween mask and get a little stabby on someone. Committed a murder, cop pulls up to the scene, but cat, dead. R.I.P. R.I.P. This isn't really spoilers, it's stuff I saw in the trailer, so before you're like, oh, he spoiled the movie. No, relax. Non-spoilers, I'll just go into it as best as I can. You can watch the movie if you want. So after that, everyone goes back to quote-unquote normal. They have the whole funeral scene for the guy, and then one side of the town blames the other side, like Shady Side versus Sunny Side, in a brawl or whatever. And then eventually, like, they go away, and some people from Sunny Side are like, we're gonna chase the Shady Side people in like a car race. Not really a car race, the Shady Side people are in a bus leaving from the field trip, and the Sunny Side people are driving up in a car, just like taunting them, teasing them, moving them, whatever they're doing. And all of a sudden they lose control and they end up getting in a wreck. And when they end up getting in a wreck, they land on like a witch's grave, which starts this whole Goosebumps, R.L. Stine horror thriller. What's going on? Who's coming for who? Are we all gonna die? Type of thing. Monsters from the undead. And I liked it. I liked the plot. I memed the movie watching it quite a bit. I'd be like, that's dumb. I know what's gonna happen next. But for some reason, it was still enjoyable watching. Like I can't put my finger on it. No. Maybe like a Fast and Furious, like you meme it, but you know you're enjoying the movie just because there's so much action, so much fun going on. Maybe I just enjoyed it that much. Like that was it. Because there was part of a mystery to it, and I couldn't figure it out for one bit. I was like, is this just gonna be some dumb answer for the question? But I wasn't really dumb. It was like all these people that have committed murders in the past have been controlled by a witch in the village. And so then it's like, it's them versus like all the monsters and stuff like that. And it's actually rather enjoyable. Characters in this movie were pretty good. It's like a group of 5 friends and stuff. If you guys watched Panic on Amazon Prime, so 2 of the actors in it, the main girl and one of the announcers guys that would like announce all the events, like, welcome to Devil's Drop, take your drop, announces the other events, stuff like that. He's in this movie as well. Both did pretty good jobs. Actually coming up as actors. That was the first time I saw them was in Panic, but they came back in this movie as well and did pretty well with their roles. And I didn't really know many of the other actors, which is fine. That's cool. Good for them, like stepping out, coming out, and then landing a movie on Netflix. But everyone did well. They weren't awful. There wasn't really any like standout performances. Like, oh my goodness, this is the next big thing. But throughout watching the movie, I enjoyed it. Scares. Not really, didn't really get me. There wasn't really very many jump scares. I don't think they were really going for that. I think it was more like going for like a classic like Scream, hunt you down, chase, hacker, slasher film. And for a PG-13 Netflix movie, I think it did rather okay. Wasn't the best, but it wasn't the worst. I wasn't upset that I spent time watching it, if that makes sense. Like, it was like when your favorite episode of Goosebumps comes on. I'm sorry how I can explain this. It was like, you know shows like Teen Titans, but then when they have the Teen Titans animated movie, it's just better. And this is what it was like. It was like, you have the Goosebumps show and it's okay, but when you get the Goosebumps movie, it's like, this is better. And that's pretty much how I thought of Fear Street, honestly. And it was really good. I'm about to get a final verdicts and talk about some of the last few things I liked about it. Alright, so one thing I thought was actually pretty funny, and I forgot to mention this in the review, you barely see any parents during this movie. Like, maybe a few, or even just a few adults in general. Like, I memed this in my podcast this week. We made a little skit about it, like, yo, where are the parents? They had like a Halloween party, like just as Dracula, and sucking each other's blood and sucking them off and everything, but I don't know where they went. I don't know what they're doing. Who knows? Who cares? We're not really in the movie. It's fine. It's a Goosebumps. It's a whole bunch of kids doing uncanny stuff against monsters, aliens, zombies, whatever hack and slash slayers they want to do. See, my review is kind of hard when these movies come out straight to like Netflix and stuff like that. Hence why like reviews for like Loki and stuff like that is a little more difficult with my rating scale. If this was in theaters, I'd say don't rush to watch it. But also, if you're bored, it's definitely worth a watch. Like, I'm not going to say never watch this movie, especially since it's straight to Netflix. I definitely say give it a watch. If it was in theaters, I would say don't really rush to go see it. Wait for it to be streamable. But since it's on Netflix already and you don't have to buy it, given that you're one of the 99% of the population has Netflix, that you're probably not paying for, and one of your friends is doing it, and you have an account on it, give it a watch. Give it a watch. It's a decent watch. I enjoyed it. It may be because like I've been super excited for Halloween recently. Like, already looking at tickets for like haunted houses. I don't know why. It's kind of odd, but rather enjoyable. Give it a watch. Let me know in the comments what you think. I really want to know, like, do you guys miss Goosebumps? Because I do. I haven't watched it in a while. I don't know why. This movie just made me miss Goosebumps. Man, these lights are hot. You guys see the lights? It looks a little bit better than my other videos. They're coming up nice. Yeah, if you want to see the meme that we made and put in the podcast, you can find that on Spotify. You guys know where to find me. Instagram at TiTiBliss. That's TIYTIY_bliss. You want more of my entertainment stuff? You know what that is. Antics, same as the YouTube. Follow me there. Give me a follow. Subscribe, please. I'll give you a kiss. Yeah, comment down below. I don't know. Did you guys enjoy the video? Are you excited for the 3-part series? I guess I should talk about that real quick. So when it ends, it kind of gives a foreshadow of what the next movie is going to be. And apparently, this won't spoil anything. Apparently, like, this same situation happened like 100 years back. Then 100 years before that. And it's kind of like, how did they stop it? Because we want to make sure this never happens again. So what did they do? So now we're getting the view from the camp, which I think is Camp like Nightshade. Don't go to a camp called like Nightshade or like Murder Camp Death. I don't know, but that's what they named them in horror movies for whatever reason. Don't go to that. And then there's another movie after, like 100 years after, like 1666. 3 sixes. Who's the idea with that? Yeah, that's sus. But you get the idea. So it kind of tells the story and puts the whole puzzle together. Do they come back to the first movie? Does it like end that way? Does it just end in the period back in time and you never see the movie's characters from the first movie again? I don't know. I can't wait. I'm actually excited to put all this together and do a final review on all of it, which will be in my final review video. But comment down below. Let me know what you guys thought about the video, and catch you next time.